Hello, grade 6 students. This is day 16 of STP Mathematics 1A lesson series. Hope you had a nice break. So then you have started schooling for the new academic year. So then today onwards, again, you will be having your usual lessons, but not every day because most of the parents and most of the students you requested from me that not to upload the videos every day because it is difficult for you to go through with the school content. Therefore, I decided to release uh, 3 videos per week, but that this will be a little bit lengthier than the earlier ones because somehow I want to cover the syllabus too, right? So today we need to start from a new topic that we call the mixed operations. Everyone, please take your theory books and put the date. Write down the subtopic in black color, mixed operations, plus, minus, multiplication and division. Write it as it is. Now, so far, whatever the sums we had in chapter 1 and chapter 2, that unit 1 and unit 2 here, children, what we did, we had only the addition. If it is the addition, we had only the addition. If it is the subtraction, we had only the subtraction or the multiplication or division. But sometimes that we had addition and subtraction together, if you can remember. In that case, what we did, we wrote the plus sign numbers closer, then we wrote the subtractions separately, and we did it like that. But now I'm going to show you if you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, everything together, how we are going to do, how we are going to prioritize these. I'll tell you a simple example, right? So I'll tell you a simple example. Before that, I'll tell you there is a concept called BODMAS, right? There is a concept called BODMAS. So then some textbook, this explains as BIDMAS. So some they say it as BODMAS, either O or E, both refers that we can write it in a different way. So then this one means bracket, right? So this is off and this is division and this is multiplication, right? And this is addition, right? Addition and subtraction, right? So if you come across with all these in one question, how we are going to do according to this order? We want to first look at the bracket, then off, then division, then multiplication, addition, and subtraction. I'll tell you an example for this. Let's say you have your birthday party and you have invited to your classmates, your class teacher, your subject teachers, your principal, and everyone is there now, right? And you want to serve the cool drink or the welcome drink, let's say. And you come out with the tray and you just look at the crowd. You just tell me that who will be the first person that you go and serve this. Definitely, it will be your principal, right? And then your class teachers, then your subject teachers, then your classmates, and then your cousins and the other relatives, and then the younger ones, kind of thing. Sometimes that if it is something very delicious, colorful, that sometimes we tend to serve everything to the kids first, but you just think about the welcome drink. So then welcome drink that you serve it in an order. It is not intentionally, but unintentionally, that will be the order. So you think that I want to serve this first to my principal, then to my class teacher, then to the subject teachers, then the classmates, then the cousins, other relatives, and it's like that. So what happened that based on the VIP, the very important personalities, so then you decided that I should first go to principal, like that. Let's say You just keep this example in your mind, right? Whenever you do something related to all these math operations together, it comes to your mind automatically. If you have this in your mind, children, listen to me carefully. Let's say that you go to principal to serve the welcome drink, right? So according to this order that he will be like bracket, right? Now he is the most superior person in this crowd. So then it's like the bracket. Let's say you go to him and you see that he is with his driver or he is with his assistant, right? So what are you planning to do? That are you going to serve only to your principal, sir? No, right? You serve the welcome drink for both of them. So that is something we come across with the situations where we need to deal with the bracket. And when we are trying to deal with the bracket, we can see addition and subtraction is also inside the bracket. According to this order, we can't take the addition and subtraction before division and multiplication, no, right? We want to do the addition and subtraction later. They are the last members in the list. Therefore, that I can't take them first. But what happened here? The sometimes in the sums, the addition, subtraction are with the bracket, like that the driver or his assistant is with the principal, similar to that. So then you try to serve the principal or the bracket, the most superior person, but inside that you find someone who is in the bottom of the list. Can't help, you have to serve both of them together, right? You just keep this in your mind. Then when we are doing things, it will easier for you to understand the sums. First, you want to write, you take your theory book, put the date and write down the subtopic mix operations, right? Mix operations. And then you can write that the one more thing, plus that you can write BODMAS. Right here you write BODMAS. Okay, BODMAS. Right, mix operations plus BODMAS. Mixed operations plus BODMAS, like this. Okay, plus BODMAS. So you write down the topic, then you write down this version, right? The bracket of, sometimes I told you some textbook, this they refer as BIDMAS. In that case, this I is called index. Later you can learn about these things. And children, I would say, even though we are talking about the BODMAS or BIDMAS, according to the UK curriculum, if by any chance that if you come across with the American curriculum or the Canadian curriculum, they use this as PEMDAS, right? So, but the same thing, don't worry about that. They are talking the same thing, that they do have their own order to solve a sum when they have the mixed operations, right? So different countries, they do have different things, but here we are following the UK curriculum. According to that, we want to go for that, BODMAS or BIDMAS, right? So now we will move to some examples, right? So this is the first example. Right, I will do it here one by one. Look at this, children. Don't do anything. First, look at this. 2 times 4 plus 3 times 6. Children, according to the BODMAS, what we should do, are we going to take the addition first? No, that we want to consider the multiplication first, right? We want to take the multiplication first. What I do, I multiply these two numbers, 2 times 4, 8, and then I multiply these 3 times 6, 18. Then I can add them together. Here I write the answer is 26, right? You can use the brackets like this and show the steps. So this is very clear. Anyone can understand what you have done. First you have multiplied 2 times 4 and 3 times 6, and then you have added, right? So that is the first example. So I will take the second example. You just see the second example. You have 2 plus 3 times 6 minus 8 divided by 2. Now, according to the list, First, what should I do? I want to get the division. So then I get this one, 8 divided by 2, 4, right? Then what should I do? The multiplication. 3 times 6, 18. Then I can rewrite this, right? So here that easily I can, without rewriting, I can easily show this because that I had a few math operations, but here I have that many. So then what I do, I put the equation mark like this, then 2 plus 18 subtract 4. 2 plus 8, 18, 20. So then the 20 minus 4, the answer is 16, right? The answer is 16, right? I will show you this. That is the second example. So then you can copy down this. I will show you again. So these are the two examples you want to understand. First you attend to the division, then you write the value, then you do the multiplication, you write the value, then you rewrite the whole thing. 2 plus 18 minus 4, right? 2 plus 18 minus 4, like this. Okay, right. So then I'll move to the third example. Look at this, right? You can pause the video and write down the answers, children. So I'm just moving my screen. Then as this is the video, you can pause the video and copy down what I have explained here. Now I'm moving to the third example, right? In the third example, what I have, 5 minus 10 times 2, we'll see what happened, divided by 5. See, this is very interesting, children, right? Now, according to the order, first what should I take, children? I want to get the division, right? You can remember the earlier one, I took the division first. So according to the order BODMAS or the BIDMAS, I want to take the division first. But if you look at this division, I have to divide 2 by 5. I can, but it gives me a decimal answer. It doesn't give me a whole number. In that case, what I do, I move to the multiplication first. So that is 10 times 2, 20. 20 divided by 5, it gives me 4. Then I rewrite the question, 5 minus 4 plus 3. If you can remember that we followed a tip, what it is, 5 plus 3 minus 4, and that is 8 minus 4 minus 4. That sometimes you might think why teacher is following so many steps. So this is that when you are doing this kind of simple sum, you think that this is too much, that do I really need to show all these steps? But later when you go to the O-level class, you will realize why I guided you to do like this. Because that each and every step matter a lot when it comes to the marking. Therefore, please go through. It doesn't take much time, that if you have the required speed, it doesn't take much time, that you just want to follow the steps. You just see here, even though I'm supposed to do the division first, I can't do that. If I do it, it gives me a decimal number, not a whole number. Therefore, I move to the multiplication and then division. So you are allowed to do so if it is possible. If that 2 divided by 5 is not possible, therefore you can go for the multiplication. Other than that, if that is the division, first you want to look at the division sign. That is compulsory. If that is not working, only you can move to the multiplication and then come back to the division. Hope it is clear. Now we discussed 3 examples, right? So you just go through this and slowly copy down and see how I have used the brackets. This is kind of for grade 6 student. This is a very hard lesson, I would say, children, because you have so many things to think. But learn it properly, carefully, because this is something very important, especially when you go to the next grades, right? So then we will move to the next example. So then I will take few sums here and explain you. 1 to 5 I will explain you. So then it's easier for you. Wait. Example 4. 2 plus 4 times 6. 2 plus 4 times 6 minus 8. Now what you're supposed to do, 4 times 6, 24. Then I rewrite this, 2 plus 24 minus 8. 2 plus 24, 26 minus 8, it is 18. Right? So then when you do it step by steps, automatically it gives me the answer. So then the answer is 18. I'll do another one. Look at the example 5 children. 24 divided by 8. 24 divided by 8 minus 3. What should I do first? I do it. So 8 times 3. So then 3 minus 3, the answer is 0. So these things you can just take without the equation mark because you had only 2 math operations now. So but look at the example 4, you had addition, multiplication, subtraction. You had 3 math operation. If you can remember the early example also here, what I did children, that here I had only the 2 math operations in question number 1, example 1. Therefore, I just did it like that without having the equation mark. If I have more than 2 math operations in the sums, like the example 2, I have addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. I had all 4. In example 3, I had subtraction, multiplication, division, addition. Again, I had 4. But in example 1, I had only the multiplication and addition. Therefore, I showed it like this. Similar to that, in example 5, I had only 2 math operations. Therefore, I did it like this. But in example 4, I have 3 math operations. I want to show it with the steps like this. The fifth one also with the steps, but I'm not using the equation mark for that, right? So then we will move to the next one, the next example. So that is 6, right? So then here I want to do 6 plus 3 times 2. 6 plus 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And that 6 you add with the earlier 6. So then the answer is 12. So then you just see that if that is simple, this is how we do. And then we will move to the question number 7 or the example 7. 7 times 2 is 1. 2, 6 minus 1. 7 times 2, what we have is 14. Then I write 14 plus 6 minus 1. So that is 20 minus 1. The answer is 19, right? So you want to always double check whether you did it correctly. So then we will move to the 8th example, right? Then the 8th example, 18 divided by 3. 18 divided by 3 minus 3 times 2. First you do the division. So this is 6. Then you do the multiplication. So then here it's easy that without having the equation mark you can do this, right? 18 divided by 3 minus 3 times 2. The answer is 0. Hope it is clear for all of you. Now the homework will be all the underlined sums here, right? All the underlined sums here like this. Okay. all the underlined sums, that I think it is better if I can explain these 11 to 15 also. That let me explain 11 to 15 also, that here I'm taking time to explain and go through this because this is very important. No rush to go, complete the chapter here because this is something very important. We want to take the time and do it. So now, first I will explain that this all these underlined ones the next day. So then you can, yeah. So then we will move to the next part. So then today the homework will be all these underlined sums. Okay, children, we'll meet again next day. Till then, stay safe. Bye.